Shalom, 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 brethren and sisters, dear students of World Bible School University. This is the potential wandering time of being with you in this session. The session we are delivering, this is a video that is taken of week 1 of this course description and course overview of week 1 that entitled Educational Measurement and Theories. So this lesson, it's a very good lesson that is going to tackle on the different perspectives and topics. So the professor who is going to teach this 5 weeks is the Right Reverend Dr. Antoine Nzayisenga, your professor in this course. So I'm encouraging you to be here, and I'm somehow sorry, had a lot of duties, and the video is coming late. So, students, let us, all of us, join hands to dig together this week 1. Lesson week 1, it touches on how to make the teaching and learning process effectiveness. So how a teacher can prepare his teaching and learning in effective ways. How students can be good and they can teach well and they can learn well in effectiveness. So what is effective? Something that is effective, it's something that is very well understandable, that is very well prepared, that is very well on time, that is very well organized. So this lesson is going to help you to be well trained, to be well prepared, to be well organized in your academic career perspective. And week 1, I'm welcoming you all as the students of Masters to this CE-303 Educational Measurement and Theories. It's a part of education. This course is going to take 5 weeks. Then all students, you are required to fill all responsible requirements. It is required to register you as students to this course and do the following: read all materials, soft copies, I mean Word copy, PDF copy, and also listen well this video that posted. And as long as you are watching it, it will be helping you. Then you can even use the chat room to raise your ideas, your comments, and then you need to answer the quiz. As this lesson is very good. As long as you are answering this, later on you will get your scores. So let us come on the main concept of this week: making the teaching learning process effectiveness. So teaching as effectiveness, when a teacher is ready to deliver the course, he prepared the lesson, he gathered all teaching materials, and the students are required to pay attention and listen well on how they can learn effectively. So this principle of effective teaching are to build the relationship. It needs to build a very good relationship between the teachers and the students. So students and the teachers, they have to be familiar, have clear expectation. Who is expecting? Students. They are expecting more from the teacher. Create deep student engagement. The teacher might create deep students engagement. How all students can be aware. They have to be involved in teaching, and then again the feedback from students and other teachers. So students are getting feedback, and the teacher also get feedback from the students. Feedback is very important to effective teaching. When you are teaching students, and then when they are giving feedback, it shows that the content is well understood. So the teacher can make changes and have the best learning focused lesson possible. The teacher can have changes. What changes? Teacher might be go with time, might be updated. For me, I am a teacher, and I know how the best of being a teacher and how suitable teaching. So as a teacher can be aware and ready to get any feedback. And also, a teacher has to make all students to be involved in teaching and learning activities. Create a positive learning environment. The teacher can create a positive learning environment where you can have a very good learning environment. The classroom rules, you have to set the classroom, you have to be with all materials. For any teaching strategy to be effective, you need to have different strategies to make your lesson be well suitable among the students. Students' physical, social, and emotional learning environment by supporting their needs and promote positive outcomes. Social interaction. Social interaction. This means students are learning from one another. Even the teacher can also learn from its students, and the students are learning from their teachers. So, students' physical, social, and emotion. The socialization and emotion. This is dealing with peer groups. So a teacher has to scan and know about his students. Therefore, the teaching and learning process. What is teaching and learning process? This is an ability of a teacher on how he can deliver the lesson, how the teacher can deliver the suitable content to its students. It is the supreme act of teacher to awaken joy in creative expressions and knowledge. Teaching should be such that what is offered is perceived as a valuable gift, not as hard duty. You know, what is a teacher is transferring to students. All of us, we have been growing up. We grown up from primary education. For me, I didn't attend the nursery, but in our African context was not really known. For me, I was coming from in the remote area where nursery schools were not allowed. But I thank God on how I started the primary education, then I enjoyed the secondary education, and later on I got my scholarship and a government scholarship. I attended the university education or tertiary education, doing my diploma, my bachelor, and my master's, and even recently my doctorate. So that is a grace and a blessing. And we have some people like Albert Einstein. This is a German scholar or German thinker, but he was a physician, and then he got a lot of Nobel Prize, like the one he got in 18 he was born in 1879, and he ended up his life in 1950. So this one got a lot of prizes, Nobel prizes, and he was a physicist. He dealt with a lot of physicist researches, and we have some principles from ancient. So one of that he said teaching and learning activities are twin activities involved in the total education process. Teaching and learning activities, they are twin. You cannot separate one another. Why? You cannot say that there is when there is no teaching. You cannot say there is a learners when there is no students, and no when there is no teachers. And also you cannot say that there is teachers when students are not there. Verse and verse. So when the teachers is there, when the teachers are there, students are there. So that's why he said teaching and learning are twins. You cannot separate them. Teaching and learning are closely related and they are reciprocal to each other. This means what? It means they are going hand in hand. Wherever there is a teacher, there is a student. Wherever there is a student, there is a teacher. So this is a combination in academic life. Teacher cannot be taught without an idea of learning, and learning is not possible without teaching. The main focus of teaching is to facilitate learning. The main teaching is to facilitate learning. A teacher is facilitating students to get and acquire the knowledge, which is potential, which is needed. And as I've been saying, now we are what we are because of teachers. For me, I like teaching so much because it is my career. So teaching and learning is said to be fruitful and permanent if it is totally related to their life situation. So we have to prepare lessons, and the teachers need to know well his students. Teacher need to master well the ability and the capability of his students. So, my students, I am so honored to have you on the table and to navigate in this course on teaching. So, teaching and learning process, this is a way of teaching is a way of delivering the skills to students. Then learning is a way of acquiring the knowledge and skills from your teachers or your facilitators. Therefore, when you are getting skills and you reach at a certain level, there is an evaluation to evaluate you that you have just got where what is needed. So, according to what the notes we have prepared 5 lessons to support teachers in strengthening their teaching. So, as we are now dealing with this, we have these lessons. As long as you go hand in hand with notes, you can get these 5 lessons, and they are there. We have prepared. One, we need to put ourselves in shoes as an educational policymakers. Today, around the world, the policymakers like ourselves that urgently designate implementing reforms, policies, and programs to help educational system recover and build back better after the COVID-19 pandemic. When the COVID was there, it has been changing a lot. Even this teaching. Let me give you an example. During the COVID, third world countries, they adopted the teaching and learning through online. So we didn't know that students can attend lessons online and get skills. But now, as long as the world is advanced, we can even be advancing and being changed. As your teacher, I'm facilitating you based in Africa, and sometimes I'm relocating to some parts of the world, but I'm based in Africa, and it's where my duties and positions is based. So I'm facilitating the students from around the world, from Europe, from America, from Africa, from Asia, Latin America, and so on and so forth. Why? It is a matter of changing the mindset. But our time, we knew that you can get skills from the teacher face to face. But now E-learning is there. Canvas is there. And I thank so much all the Bible School University on how it is helping students and their teachers. Now, for me, I'm comfortable. I am very happy to be in this field of delivering skills to our students. So, dear students, we can even that is the requires supporting a teacher through professional development or PD. Professional development. Professional development means what? Means that you have to develop your skills. You have to develop your skills, and the teachers also might not be using yellow notes. They have to use up-to-date notes because things are being changed every day. And then this professional development, it is strengthening the classroom practice. It is developing the classroom practice. When I have been doing my education, I was dealing with what is called learning, teaching and learning process and motivational perspectives. And this, it was showing us, we teachers, how we can help students to upgrade their skills step by step. And we learned that all students might be motivated. So I am encouraging you to be motivated and to run and love while this lesson will be helping you, and also it will be exciting for you. This professional development program must be carefully designed to support, equip, motivate, and empower teachers to strengthen their pedagogical practices in a meaningful way. For this case, I've been a mentor some years ago, like 10 years ago. I've been working with the government and how I was mentoring teachers on how they can even being teaching as or being professional in their career. So professional development also here, it has to be designed in a careful way, and also to equip, to motivate, to empower teachers on how they can deliver their potential skills. My fellow students, as your teacher, let us be enough interactive and be, teachers sometimes they are saying they are a source of knowledge. So teacher face common barriers when seeking to apply learning from a professional development program in their classroom. Here they can even meet with some changes, they can even meet with some barriers like norms, taboos, social cohesion, political cohesion. There is a lot that can be barrier, but a teacher has to know how he can handle and the classroom management. And knowledge from the field of behavioral science and psychology can be leveraged design program that support and equip teachers to overcome these barriers and translate learning into the classroom. Teachers has to have full potential skills and knowledge to overcome these barriers. Then you can go through the notes and coming back to this notes, we can cite these 5 points. I have 5 points here, and I want to talk on them. And the teaching strategy to keep classroom interesting. A teacher might be seeking how his classroom can be interesting and interactive. It might be a participatory classroom. A participatory classroom is different from a passive classroom. What is a participatory learning classroom? It is where all students are given equal chance to participate in their learning activities and teaching activities. I've been giving you this photo of these kids. We have these 7 kids on how they are suitable. They are, as long as you will go through these notes, you will see these 7 kids, these 7 children. They are now enjoying. Huh? They are lovely with this material. They gave them tablet, and then all of them they are attentive. So make sure you are a teacher to make your students to be attentive on your content learning. So point number, it is relate class content to their lives. This means you have to pull down the content and that content be familiar with their lives. You have to socialize the content of your lesson to their lives. When you create a real world connection to what students are learning, it will give them a greater understanding of why they need to learn it. They have to know the importance, why they need to learn that one. Point number 2, use technology. Always technology is technology and it is needed in our daily life. And now that what I have been telling you, we are using technology to tackle corners of the world. So you need to use technology in your teaching. Technology is what students live and breathe every day. Look, I'm going to give an example of one thing. You see a kid of 3 years, try to give him a smartphone like this one. Try to give him the smartphone and we'll see he's very happy or she's very happy with it. And when you try to get back at that smartphone from your kid, she or he feels unhappy. Why? That's why, allow me to tell you, to be, and we have to, because all that is happening in our use of technology, they're not important. So we need to select the important topics to our students and then let them use in the classroom. Point number 3, classroom games and teaching strategies. Classroom games, you have to bring some games that are helping students to be familiar with the content, related with the content, and then use teaching strategies, which we will learn teaching styles and teaching strategies. This will be helping your students, and then these are also dealing with the age, how students, what is the age? If you have teenagers, those teenagers, what is the real age and what they need? If you are teaching older people, you have to know the older people, what they know and what they want to know. Then you need to make your classroom interactive. Your classroom might be interactive, might be cooperative. How the students are learning from one another. If a student is learning from, they have to cooperate. They have to interact with teachers. They have to interact with students, and then they might be struggling to handle their questions and their challenges. So we need to use the competence learning curriculum. Competence learning curriculum, it is giving the chance to students to be awakening. We have to train our students as training the future generation leaders as we have been trained. So I thank so much World Bible School University. This university has training me well at my doctorate, and now I'm physically fit, enough skilled, And now, even if I have a confidence on what I'm doing. So we have to train our students to be confident, have to train them to get enough skills and to know what they are doing. So this is the end of this lecturing. Students, this was week 1. I am so happy to be with you. And as I was telling you that it came late, but it is there. You make sure that you are following, you make comments, you share to your colleagues, and then share the notes. And this video, it will be helping you in your learning and your learning skills. So new students of World Bible School University and ongoing students, we wish you all the best. As myself, on my behalf, I'm wishing you all the best with this teaching and learning process. See you next week in week 2. May Almighty God bless you in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. God bless you all.